I can't. Can I move that down? Please? No, I can't. Okay, well, it's Nick Cage's face on the Mona Lisa.
That's what made you think of that image?
He's being cared for.
He's just a chimpanzee. It's the most terrifying thing. Is that David Hasselhoff?
Nope, Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. Tom bleeping Selleck.
Man.
What's behind you, Sage?
That's sinners in the hands of an angry God. And I don't know why it's backwards.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite joke so far.
Hello, and welcome to the Bite-Sized Theology Podcast, coming to you from three fellas who are celebrating the number of episodes where you'd have to divide it by 100 if you wanted it to reflect the total years of maturity they have. It is Monday, the 20th of April. I'm your host, Aaron Lively. Joining me this week is Sage Blaylock.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Where'd Sage go?
Oh, he's just showing off this hat. Do you recognize the logo?
Never seen it before.
No pear on it.
There's no pear.
It's our logo.
Oh.
The Theology logo on a hat.
Gotcha.
What even does that mean? And John McCord.
I'm wearing a cowboy hat and sweatpants because it's the 300th episode and nothing makes sense.
Today's theme is hats.
Yeah.
So if you want to see us wear hats, feel free to check us out on our YouTube page, which is brand new. That's YouTube. We don't have a URL yet. Just search Bite-Sized Theology on YouTube and you'll find us.
And we might show up. We're buried pretty far.
And look for this logo. If you find this logo, then you found us.
Perfect. How's everybody? Tell me a little bit about yourselves. What makes you the right fit for this job?
The 300th episode, Aaron has fired us, and now we have to reapply.
Well, times are tough, man. Coronavirus is out there.
Well, I'm a person.
Trim the fat.
I'm a person, people, and I think I'm very smart and good at what this job is. So I think I'm the guy.
And what job is that?
You tell me.
I'll get back to you. I don't even know. John, how about you?
I don't know, man. You could fire me at this point. Pretty tired.
Wow. You're fired.
So I got it.
Yeah. We narrowed it down. Sorry,
go.
John.
Okay.
You just asked me to fire you. You made this decision as easy as possible.
Well, I'm here to serve.
It's a beautiful thing. So this is not technically episode 28 of the extended edition. We will be continuing our series on deconstruction in the next episode, which will go up this Friday. Think of it this way. If the last episode of the Bite-Sized Theology podcast was the tonal equivalent of The Sound of Silence, this episode of the Bite-Sized Theology podcast
is Walking on Sunshine. Is it Walking on Sunshine?
I was going to go with Cha-Cha Slide.
That's good too.
It's a party. Good. We're just here to have a good time. We're just partying.
This is pretty much what our parties have always looked like, by the way. Just the three of us sitting around.
Extremely boring. Nothing going on.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
Yeah. So, quick announcement. As far as the scheduling of this podcast goes, well, actually, first of all, let's just, let's address the elephant in the room, right? We're at 300. We've done 300 episodes of this podcast. How does that make you feel, guys?
Tired? Tired. I think it's tired.
Great. That's what I was hoping. How about you, John?
Tired. Really tired as well.
Wow.
But no, like in a good way. In like you just worked a hard day, tired, you know.
Yeah, that's what I meant too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
we're trying to be more chipper. We need to be more chipper. we're supposed to be honest, right, on this podcast, and yeah, pretty sound like Forrest Gump. I'm pretty tired. I think I'll go home now.
So this episode is going to be a little different. So rather than jumping straight into the main topic, let's do the exact opposite of that and waste the entire episode on opening segments.
Oh, wait.
And email
I can waste some time. Do you want me to waste some time real quick?
No.
Go for it, Sage.
All right. So if you listen to the Oktoberfest episode last October, which is when Oktoberfest is, not just last October, most Octobers, you would know that we put out a list of our top 5 favorite movies, each of us. So I put The Nice Guys in my top 5 list, and I don't regret it because I love that movie and I think it's great. However, I do regret it because there was a movie that I left out. So what I'm going to do is do a new top 5, and I'm going to be very quick about it. You all can give any comments after, but I'll just go through 5 to 1. So here we are. Number 5, Wind River. Number 4,
Boo.
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Boo.
Number 3, The Grand Budapest Hotel.
All right.
Number 2, Hell or High Water.
Definitely.
And number 1, No Country for Old Men. So that's my 5. Discuss.
It's fine.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Let's go.
All right, we'll lock that in for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's on record. It is now on record.
That's right. We'll have our intern go ahead and change the scrolls.
That's right. All those interns we have.
That's right. They work so hard.
Work so hard. Sure.
And we just can't pay them.
Nothing whatsoever. Yeah, but I don't know. Thank you guys for everyone out there for listening, continuing to listen to this nonsense where any of us can at any point just interject a top 5 movies list and, we go on about our business, right? Because this is a weird mess of podcasts where we swing back and forth between being idiots and vulnerable of this. So I don't know how it appeals to you, but it's good to know that it does. Real quick, before we get into today's shenanigans, I am going to talk a little bit about patreon.com/bitesizetheology. If you have enjoyed this podcast for the last 299 episodes at least, we'll see how this one turns out. Well, there is a way for you to support us if you are interested in that sort of thing. No pressure if you're new to the podcast or whatever, but we do have a Patreon page, and you're welcome to sub to us at the $1 tier and help us keep doing what we're doing. And yeah, that's Patreon for you. Check us out. Woohoo.
The energy level is lacking today, I feel like, all the way around. Yeah.
The quarantine takes its toll after a while. I've noticed it hitting my sense of humor. Like, I just can't be as funny anymore.
I don't think I'm as funny anymore. I don't think I've ever been funny, but I'm making my own self laugh a lot less lately.
That's right. I make a joke and then realize that my whole life is a joke. So, yes, seeing as how this is a bonus episode, we're just going to be playing some dumb games, maybe answering some questions that you sent us, doing our usual banter and some theology talk if that comes up. Not Oktoberfest was basically a 2-hour version of this, but this time we're looking at something a little more pared down, but still just as insane. So, I have a couple games planned for you all. get yourselves ready, because game number 1 is simple solutions.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
For those of you, thanks for reiterating.
You're welcome.
Thanks. We need the we need all the energy we could get. So, all right, simple solutions. So, for those of you who are uninitiated out there, the United Nations, the actual United Nations, I might add, has contacted us
As
and
opposed
said,
to the League of Nations.
that's right, exactly. We have our hands
As opposed
full
to the Legion of
with
Doom.
this coronavirus stuff. Yeah, exactly. As opposed to that, very opposed to that. And
Also, as opposed to the Legion of Boom, the former Seattle Seahawks defense.
Yes.
absolutely.
And the Injustice League.
Yeah, sure. The United Nations has said that they have too many problems to solve right now. It's a very busy time when it comes to problems in the world, as I'm sure you can imagine. So it is now time for us to solve some of the problems they have delegated over to us. And so, John and Sage, I'm going to read you a list of 5 problems, and we're going to solve them live on this podcast. This is the world's biggest problems sent to us directly from the UN. I cannot emphasize that enough, that that's true.
Big day. Big day.
Big day. Number 1, heat stroke.
Buy a pool. Don't leave it. Preferably,
If you don't leave,
preferably a non-above ground pool, but it'll do at a pinch.
but your skin will get all soggy. What'll you do about that?
You won't have heat stroke. I was asked to solve heat stroke. I have solved heat stroke.
True. He's not required to solve problems he wasn't asked to solve, Aaron.
I don't think you know how the game works.
All right, I guess you're right. Well, your solution seems to have created more problems, in my opinion, but I'm curious to hear what Sage has to say about that.
So I am not only going to solve the problem of heat stroke, but also create potentially tens of millions of jobs around the world. So I'm sure that you're all familiar with those spray bottles that have the tiny fans on the front of them.
Yes.
So you put water in those, and then they fan you and spray water on you. It feels spectacular on a hot day. So we are going to pump trillions of dollars into into designing factories that exist solely to create those bottle fans. And then good luck having heat stroke, because those things are going to be everywhere. And because there's going to be so many of them, the price is going to be very, very low. So virtually everyone globally is going to be able to afford one of these things.
Once again, though, it creates the problem of like soggy skin. Also, I feel like things are just going to be naturally humid all the time.
Yeah.
So for you to have soggy skin from one of those things, that's going to be massive overuse. I think we can all agree there.
You just said that you're going to create trillions of dollars worth of it.
No, trillions of dollars to create the factories in which they will be produced.
Okay.
That's different.
Are you going to pay a fair wage to all of those workers? Where are you going to get all the money for this?
So I can't say how well the workers are going to be paid. I think we know how this world's economy works. I can't say for sure that that'll happen. But I can tell you that no matter how poorly they are paid in those factories, those workers will also be able to afford these spray bottles.
That's
that
right.
they can also use during work.
All right.
Solved. Unethically solved.
Potentially unethically. We don't know.
I have a suggestion. So I think it's safe to say there's science that backs this up, I promise.
Okay.
Electricity is basically like this ephemeral concept that really isn't based in any reality. Like, how do they determine how much they charge you per month? You know what I mean? It's like, it's totally fantasy, you know? So what I'm suggesting is everyone who works at electric companies should go on a strike. They should unionize, and they should say, we are not continuing to work for electric companies until every room in everyone's house is a walk-in freezer. So that way, you go to the living room, walk-in freezer. You go to the bathroom, walk-in freezer. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't do that. It seems like the most obvious thing to me. Thoughts?
I have some.
Are they positive?
No.
I don't get it.
John, I feel like your questions might be more complicated. So I'm just going to start with a simple one, and then I'll throw it to you.
Okay.
Won't it be really cold?
Won't it be really, really cold?
Oh. You think it's going to be really, really cold. Well, here's the problem that everyone seems to underestimate, right? Is nobody, okay, all right, get this. When it's hot outside, I will stand by this until I'm dead and buried, okay?
You should have them bury you standing up so you can buy it even after your death.
Bury me in a walk-in freezer is what I'm saying. Okay, so everyone, listen, if it's hot outside, you can only take off so many layers. You know what I mean? At a certain point, you're just screwed. You're just hot. You know what I mean? It's way too hot, and there's nothing you can do about it. But in the event of it being cold, well, put on a freaking sweater. Oh, if that doesn't work, put on another sweater. Put on another sweater. So you know what? If everyone has walk-in freezer rooms, then I think that it stands to reason that people would understand the cold a little bit better. Stop complaining about it all the time. Like, just put on more sweaters, wear more blankets, buy a weighted blanket. I hear those are great.
But if you buy a weighted blanket in a freezer room, then you'll get trapped in the freezer room and you'll freeze to death.
It depends on how heavy the blanket is.
I see.
Just don't buy a 125-pound blanket, and I think you'll be okay.
I see the real problem here.
Yeah.
Aaron is a shill for big sweater and big blankets. Because this is how this always works. There's a big problem, and big tobacco's like, hey, cigarettes would help with global warming. And we're like, no, what are you talking about? That wouldn't help. That's what Aaron's doing right now. And big freezer also.
A lot of bigs.
I support no one. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're supporting you.
We've done 300 of these episodes. I just want to throw that out there. In this moment, I want to just throw that out there.
Yeah, this is the type of content you have to look forward to. I'm sorry. Sorry. Problem number 2. Landscaping.
What's the problem?
So the problem is that grass continues to grow. And it's just something we have to keep dealing with.
Yeah.
So what I think we should do is wage an all-out war on grass. Completely eradicate grass from the face of the earth. That way, we'd never have to landscape ever again. Worst case scenario, you take a rake outside, you've moved the dirt so it's a prettier pattern or something like that.
Well, worst case scenario is the systematic destruction of the entire ecosystem. However, continue.
Grass isn't needed.
I was not asked to solve the circle of life. I was asked, how do we fix landscaping? How do you fix landscaping? You don't have land to scape. There you go.
My thing is I go the opposite way. I say everybody just needs to get over themselves and not worry about tall grass and untrimmed bushes. Just let it go, and soon nobody will actually have to landscape because the entire earth will be one bush.
do you have any idea what kind of world you've created, John?
A beautiful one. One where oxygen abounds.
I think oxygen comes from trees, not grass.
Can you imagine how many trees there'd be if everything was left untethered? Speechless. Yala's speechless. It was that good.
I like
And
that
again, we've done 300.
I like that we have taken the absolute extremes that can possibly be taken in this debate.
Come on, don't you know that this is all debate is? There's no nuance anymore.
That's true. I say yes. I say no.
Yeah.
That's the debate.
Yeah.
So divisive.
You just watch First Take.
Blasphemous.
It's so
Pontificating.
The unmitigated gall.
The unmitigated goal that Tim Tebow threw a pass.
Yeah, so landscaping. I don't know. I think the problem, what I was thinking when I was writing this, you guys took it as some wacky directions, but I thought it was mostly just like the effort that's involved in landscaping. Like landscaping is, it's not bad, but like it just takes someone to work,
I guess we just think big. Seems to be our problem. We think too big.
A product that actually exists. I saw it at Lowe's the other day. It is, how like the vacuum cleaners in your house, like Roombas that you just like turn on and it bounces around, and they've got that for yards. Like a Roomba for your yard where you just stick it out there. Yeah, and it just mows your yard. That's what a world we live in.
My stepmom said a friend of hers had a Roomba and the dog pooped on the floor and it was overnight and it went and tried to clean it up. And it was, well, I'm sure you can imagine there was.
But the effort that room put forth is heroic.
It's beautiful. A beautiful thing. So yeah, that's landscaping. I think we solved that one. Unless anyone has any objections. Doesn't look like it. Everyone's looking at me weird. Okay. Let's move on to problem number 3. Wasps.
Are we talking about the insect or
Yes. We're talking about white Anglo-Saxon products.
Open to interpretation, but I was going for the insect.
Let's do the insect to steer clear.
Probably a good idea.
In a world of untethered landscaping, the wasps have plenty of places to go. So, let them be. Wasps don't want to sting you as long as you don't want to sting them. That's the way wasps work. And I'm not talking about the insect.
Okay, I see that. So I agree with your assessment that wasps don't want to sting you unless you want to sting them. I say wage an all-out war on wasps in which we sting them first before they can sting us. So we go out, each and every one, in armies, in search parties, looking for every wasp to sting ourselves. And then they're gone because we stung all of them first.
How do you sting? How do you do that?
You're getting caught in the weeds here. It's more of it's a feeling, the feeling of going to war, the feeling of stinging wasps.
These are the logistics that they're going to have to sort out if your plan becomes a reality.
Well, here's the deal. I'm Steve Jobs. I have big ideas.
I conduct the orchestra.
Exactly. I conduct the orchestra and other people play the tuba. They know how to play the tuba. I know what the tuba should sound like. And that's how we work together.
We've done 300 of these.
We fixed wasps. Wow. This is great. Thanks for listening to this. I'm sorry, everyone. We're down to problem number 4. Drowning.
I would say stop using analogies to explain theological truths. Every single time anybody talks about Calvinism versus Arminianism, some dude is drowning out in the ocean. And he either is in the midst of drowning or is all the way drowned. But if we would just stop worrying about life preservers versus, swollen corpses, boom, everyone would stop, because without the analogies of drowning, solved.
How can you get rid of that if you've put pools everywhere? You know what I'm saying? You've put pools everywhere.
Yeah, but nobody is talking about Calvinism versus Arminianism, so therefore nobody is drowning hypothetically.
I mean, that does probably cut drowning cases by at least 33%. Get rid of that analogy wholesale. So I think it's a fine idea. My answer would be different. So in the factories that are now creating the spray bottles, what we're also going to be doing is creating life rafts. So everyone in the world is going to have inflatable life raft attached to their stomach, that at any point you can hit a button, life raft, boom. So what you're looking at is a policy of life rafts for all. So everyone's going to get them all around the world. And that, that offers something else that we offer in the factories. So that's something else the factories can do. So it's not total, like mind-breaking, mind-numbing work they have to do all day. That gives them another thing that they can do. And I'm sure over the course of this game and future Simple Solution games, I can find other stuff for them to make as well. But today, life rafts for everyone.
I think Sage is grossly mistaken to accuse me of being Big Freezer when he's proposing factory solutions to all of these problems. I think he's Big Factory.
Tell me when the free market has not solved a problem for this planet, Aaron. I'll wait.
I can't respond to that.
Yeah, you got us. We can't name one time where more production has been bad for the environment.
Wow. So is drowning fixed?
No.
I mean, if everyone has a life preserver, then their lives will be preserved. Therefore, they will not drown.
But the amount of times that the life preserver will be used in a theological argument as an analogy will spike, and more hypothetical drownings will occur.
Well,
Come
hold on,
man.
The analogy won't make
stop
sense.
the literal drownings.
Hold
You've
on.
covered the earth in pools. And
Hold on. If everybody has a life preserver, the analogy makes no sense because the person wouldn't have drowned.
So it's all Arminianism. Do you know how mad John MacArthur's going to be at you?
Time out. So Calvinism still works here. So God gives everyone a life preserver, but
Doesn't
only
work.
some of them work.
Tim Keller is going to tweet goodbye Sage Blaylock.
That's right. Look forward to it.
We've done 300 of these.
All right. I think that's solved. That's my subjective opinion. Solved. Last problem of the day. Problem number 5. All you 90s stand-up comedians are going to love this one. Airline food.
Sage, you got to do your Jerry Seinfeld impression.
What's the deal with airline food? It's not very good.
Yeah, the problem is your best impression is now in prison for terrible things. And
Yeah. It's a shame. I don't really have impressions. I have a couple of accents, but no impressions.
Yeah.
I see.
What was the question again? Airline food? To be honest, this is probably going to be a very unpopular opinion. I've never thought it was all that bad.
What do you usually order?
Usually like the fish.
Oh,
Are you
What?
what?
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
The fish?
Yeah.
No one orders the fish. A grizzly bear on a plane wouldn't order the fish, John. That's disgusting. What are you? The fish? You choose the fish.
Well, maybe that's the issue. Maybe nobody's tried the fish, and I'm the only one eating the fish, and it's actually really good. Everybody's too scared to order the fish, and I'm sitting there just like dining on salmon fillets.
So
It's
I
not
always
even salmon. It's like, it's not even cod. It's who even knows what it is?
The carp that they serve on Delta is amazing.
Carp. Delta carp. You're telling me that you go out of your way, you look at a menu with multiple options, and you say Delta carp, please.
I'm saying that it's not that bad. I don't know how it got started. You also have to understand that flying is my biggest fear on this earth. Like, I hate flying. And so they put something in front of me. I'm like, that thing. Give me something. Half the time I order fish, it's because I want to be holding what I'm going to be crashing into.
So the only way I can make this work intellectually is to say that you are trying to distract yourself from the stress of flying by putting your body through the physical stress of eating Delta carp. That's the only way this happens.
That's right. Your body starts breaking down.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's a veiled attempt of suicide because I'm so terrified of flying.
You're
You order the fish.
You're subconsciously assuming that eating the Delta carp is going to kill you, and you're probably right. There's a decent chance that it's going to kill you.
It's
Didn't they
taken
make an
years off my
entire
life.
movie about how eating airline fish is bad?
It's called Airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't understand
learn
the central.
anything?
I didn't understand the central premise.
It's a
They were
very
all sick. I was like,
informative
why? I don't get there's a logic leap here that I just can't rectify.
You know,
Yeah.
the philosophy I always adopt when I go to eat somewhere is like, I want to get something that's local, right? So if you're in a plane, a fish is probably like the least local thing you could possibly order. But
So you order a bird.
I order a bird. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I order an air flying bird.
I would like a Canadian goose, please.
I order a falcon. It's hard to find.
Matt Ryan just comes and sits on his lap.
I was the MVP once.
Yeah, really? No, you weren't. Kyle Shanahan was.
Here, take a bite of my index finger.
So can I go? Can I give my answer?
Sure.
Okay, so what I think we need to do is protect fish from people. Because people are very destructive. So what we need to do,
I don't like where this is going already.
what we need to do is take a large pane of glass and cover every body of water in the world so that human beings are not able to get into any lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, oceans, seas, or anything of the sort. We'll keep pools for John, just so people aren't just dying from heat stroke everywhere.
Yeah. Right.
So that way we can't get the fish, and then if there is no fish that we can get, no fish on the airline.
I guess, and that means I never have to fly again because I don't like the food on the airplane, which is wonderful for me.
It's a real win-win.
It's a win-win-win, really.
Can I go out of my way to say that this world that John has created with all of this untrimmed foliage and swimming pools everywhere and people willingly eating fish on airlines is a world I want no part of. I just need to make that clear. Maybe the UN will disagree, but
we've done 300 of those.
Thank you for listening to Simple Solutions. If you have any other opening segment games you would like us to try or any world problems that you feel need solving, you could send us an email through our website, which is bitesizetheology.com/contact. So send us an email through our website. You can also reach us on Facebook or Twitter. And without further ado, let's get to our second game. This is a new game, kind of. We did a segment where Sage went on a rant about job interviews. Not job interviews, 2 weeks notices. Yeah, that's what it was.
I didn't get fired, by the way. Everyone is asking
Yeah,
if
I thought you
fired.
got fired.
I didn't get fired.
Aaron and I were on the podcast while Sage was doing that. Like, is he okay? Like,
does he need help?
Yeah.
Well, let's get him some help. But now we have decided to turn what grinds my gears into a game that all of us will be participating in today. So here are the rules. I have here a random topic generator that I searched.
We've gone really high tech here.
That's right.
Bite-sized theology.
That's right. So I Googled random topic generator, went to the third search result, and now I have a random topic generator that I'm going to use.
This is not going to go well. This has not been pre-screened.
This is untested. This is real untested. Get ready for
This is the test.
That's right. That's right. You all are the guinea pigs. We're live. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
This thing sucks.
So whatever the random topic is, so we're going around in a circle here. Whatever the random topic is, that person has to go on a spirited rant about that subject. And it's got to be good. Because at the end, all of us will be placing a vote on who had the best spirited rant.
What's the time limit?
You cannot vote for yourself. There is no time limit.
Okay.
I might have to put one on later.
I think we should put one on.
Are you familiar with the filibuster?
Tell you what, here I go. I'm looking up a timer right now. Right now. Here we go.
Are you doing the third search result under timer in Google?
Yes, I'll make sure to do the third just so we keep with the theme. Everyone gets 2 minutes. Is that too much?
I think that's good. That can be the cap.
Yeah.
That'll be the cap.
That's the cap. That's the absolute longest you can go. Okay. So I'd say who we're going to start with. Let's go with John. Let's start with John.
Okay, so this has to be a negative rant.
You have to just go on a rant about it. I mean, I'm not going to put too many guidelines on it. I'm not going to restrict your passion, John.
So it can either be positive or negative. It just depends.
Yeah, it just depends.
Okay.
Depends. So here we go. I'm about to generate your 3 topics.
I really hope it's Dark Horse by Katy Perry.
What an unbelievable draw that would be for you.
Okay. Some of these are just dumb, and I'm just gonna not include them because you might find this hard to believe, but when you're using a random topic generator, you get some that are not good. Snoring. That's all I'm going to give you. You have to choose whether you're going to go on a rant about snoring or you have 2 vetoes you can use.
Okay.
And I will read you another.
I'll go on snoring.
Okay.
You tell me when to start.
All right. And go.
My dog snores loudly to the point where it keeps me up at night. I have a 100-pound Labrador Retriever who is supposed to be man's best friend, and he snores loudly every night. This is a dog whom I love and who is supposed to sit when I say sit, stay when I say stay, eat when I say eat, and the dog snores loudly. It is the most ridiculous thing ever. My wife and I are trying to sleep after a long, hard day. And Bronson has laid his big old butt down all day and done nothing. And then when the only thing that he is required to do all night is sleep, he snores loudly. It is by far the most annoying and disheartening thing in all of life. The idea that you would be betrayed by your dog in the moment of most vulnerability as you tried to sleep is enough to break your spirit. To be honest, I'm not tired because we've done 300 bite-sized episodes. I am tired because my dog snores loudly. Done.
You had 25 seconds left. Good job. Thanks for staying within bounds of your time limit there, John.
You're welcome. For all
right. I'm honored. I'm honored I got to hear that. All right, so that was John's rant, everybody. Let's kick it on over to Sage. Here we go. Okay. Again, you have 2 vetoes.
Okay.
Rowing.
I'll veto.
Okay.
Not happily, but I'll veto it.
Brainwashing.
I'll do brainwashing.
Okay, all right, go for it.
Give me 1 second. I'm tired of people telling me that my brain is not clean enough. Every day I wake up, Sage, wash your brain. It's gross. It's dirty. It's unclean. Well, I think you're wrong. My brain doesn't have to be clean. You know, this is my brain. I get to decide for myself how clean or dirty that my brain gets to be. And in fact, I decide what clean and dirty even means for my brain. So you people out here advocating for people to wash their brains, you can just go take a hike. Because I am tired of this. We live in America. We live in theoretically the freest country in the world. And people get to decide what they do with their property, with their relationships, with their bodies, and most importantly, with their brains. If I ever decide I want to wash my brain, I'm going to do it. If I don't, guess who's not going to do it? Me. I'm not going to wash my brain. So everyone out there who thinks that I need to wash my brain or that other people need to wash their brains, how about you stay in your own brain?
That's pretty good.
Wow, that's impressive.
You did switch into a little Bill Cosby there. Did
I?
just a little bit. And I'm going to wash my brain.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you, Sage.
It's my pleasure.
I'm honored. Okay. We might we might need to change up how we do this in the future so that I'm not the one reading these to myself.
Oh, wait, let me find one. Let me find one. I'll find one for you.
Let me send you the link.
Send me the link. This is great radio right here.
This is fantastic. John, talk about something funny.
All right. Oh no, I blanked.
All right, I posted the URL, Sage. Get it.
Wait, I would also just like to take this time to point out that we've done 300.
It's important for everyone to know this.
Where's the where did you put it?
It's in the rubric. It's in the little template that we have.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you're ready for this.
Okay. You generate 10 at a time because there are some on there that are basically unusable.
That was my nickname in high school.
I go for I would go for something short and sweet.
Okay.
That was my nickname in high school.
Ooh.
All right. Nectarine. So is that a yes or
I'm gonna veto.
Okay, so I'm just going off of the 10 thing list, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Russia.
How come Sage's list is so much different?
So good.
Sages. I tried to do non-controversial topics.
I mean, it's as controversial as you want to make it.
Everybody knows the delicate relationship that the United States has with nectarines.
That's right. That's exactly right. I'm gonna use my last veto. Just lay it on me.
Hold on. There are some really, really good directions I could take there. One in particular I'll tell you about later.
Okay.
Okay. And I mean, I do have all the power since you've used your vetoes, so I could give you any one of these.
Sage is gonna be like the papacy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Against the impulse in me that always wants to go with the funniest, most shocking one. Choices. Your topic is choices.
All right. Do you have a timer? Are you going to time me?
I will get your timer.
Just Google timer and you'll find it.
Do you want me to go the third timer on the list of timers?
Whichever timer suits your fancy.
Timer. Let's see. Oh, there's one on
and
the
ready,
page right here.
Go.
So, what is the deal? What is the deal with choices? What's the deal with them? You know, if someone asks me where I want to go eat dinner, I'm not going to have an answer for them. I let it just go on. I let the silence continue, sometimes for hours, without either of us saying anything. It's just very awkward because I just can't bring myself to land on a choice of where to eat. Like, I think that applies to just about everything. I mean, think about it this way. If someone handed you a turnip and then another person handed you a banana and you have one in each hand, you're holding on to these fruits or veggies. I don't know how you really describe them, right? You're holding on to them and you have to eat one of them. I mean, how are you going to decide which one you're going to eat? I think it's pretty much a toss-up. So, in my opinion, just about every choice has to be resolved with something like a random topic generator. That's the whole reason I did it, right? Because I can't make choices. I don't know how to do this. Or flip a coin or roll some dice, or I'm just going to, that's how I make all of my choices as it is now. And honestly, I wish everyone else was like me in that regard. It would make life more exciting. And I'm angry that this doesn't happen. This is awful. This is awful. Making choices is awful.
Time. We've done 300.
Oh, man. I'm delirious. All right. So now we're going to put it to a vote. And you can't vote for yourself. John, who do you vote for here?
Gotta go Sage.
That's fair. Sage?
I will go John. I will go John.
Okay.
So the choice comes down to Aaron.
I also go with Sage.
Yep.
Well done. Fantastic. Those are our two opening segment games. Thank you for listening. Normally, this is where we would go into a main topic of some sort and talk about something substantial. Instead, we're going to go to email land. Somewhere in an island west of the archipelago.
In an island.
Inside the island?
They're trapped in an island?
I like this. This is.
I will neither confirm nor deny. I was trying to make a choice between the word in and on, and I just couldn't come up with anything. So I went with in.
So, I mean, obviously, the first bite-sized theology feature film is going to be us traveling to email land to save the email citizens that are trapped inside the island, right? Like, it's obvious to everyone else, I think, right?
Definitely.
I mean, it's possible.
Perfect.
It's possible. We'll at least film the movie on email land. I think we can all agree on that.
Definitely.
It's a
Documentary
real place.
series, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Somewhere on an island west of the archipelago, several emails have gathered together to form a nation unto their own, and it was called Email Land. Oh no. Oh no.
Something terrible has happened to email land.
Oh, yeah?
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah!
no.
Oh, yeah.
You know it. Email Land. Let's look at what the email civilians of Email Land are up to today. I have 2 emails this week. These come to us from Cody. Why is soccer popular? It is painfully boring.
Did he ask why is baseball popular? It's painfully
Yeah,
boring.
he did.
Yes, absolutely.
It is the most popular sport in the entire world.
But why?
It's a great question. I played goalkeeper for 2 years. Not well, but I was on the team and thought the same thing. No, I don't know. It was cool. Like, if you go to a game anywhere outside the United States, so like whether that be, Central, South America, I guess Europe. I've never been to a game in Europe, but it does change the experience for sure, which makes it a lot more interesting. So maybe the question should be, why is soccer so boring in the United States? Be a little culturally sensitive, Cody.
Yeah, seriously, man.
I like it. I actually agree with John's framing of the question. The reason soccer isn't exciting here is because we suck at soccer. And when I say we, let me also say the United States men's team is not great.
The women crush it.
The women are fantastic. They're the best. They're absolutely the best. But we don't have any Cristiano Ronaldos growing up in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Joe Burrow has the same haircut.
He does, but he doesn't play soccer.
So I think the answer is a little more straightforward than you guys are letting on. I think that legs as a whole, totally useless. I can't think of any reason you'd want them. And so I think soccer is so popular because legs are an underdog in the realm of limbs. You know what I mean? Like, all the focus is on arms. I mean, think about it.
That's why the World Series of Poker is the most popular sport in America.
It's exactly right.
The
focus is on a hand, right?
You called legs the underdogs, but legs are literally underdogs.
It depends on whether you own a dog. What I'm trying to say.
Also, if the dog is laying down on its back or not.
That's right.
True. Or if the dog has legs.
Or
Honestly,
maybe
we're making
also
using the dog
so many
as a
assumptions.
bed. You're using the dog as a bed, and so the dog is under the legs. Here's what I'm... Anyways, what I'm trying to say, this is a long-winded explanation.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be short. What happened to that?
It's very simple. It's very simple, okay? Legs are an underdog in the limb department, and so therefore soccer is... People love an underdog. You know what I mean? They love them. So that's why soccer...
But shouldn't that make legs more popular?
Because
they're the underdog of the limb, and the underdog is something that people like.
Yeah. That's
why I'm saying it's popular. I'm saying it's popular because people love underdogs, and legs are underdogs, and you use legs in soccer.
Okay.
I'm just connecting all the dots for you.
Okay, thank you. I was really bad at connect the dots as a child. So,
to be real, I do think Sage is right on this because, like, watching good people play soccer is really fun. Watching us lose is not. Like watching the Women's World Cup is really fun because we beat everybody.
Yes.
Watching the Men's World Cup is just kind of morbid.
Yeah, it's like as American sports fans, we take pride in how often we beat everyone else at everything. That's why I love Olympic basketball, because it's just total destruction.
It's not fair.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's America winning. And this is America not winning. It's America not even like making the second round sometimes. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Agreed. Solved.
Solved. We've done 300 of these. All right. So that's been great. We have one last email for you, also from the Cody department. Please, other people write in emails. You can do so at bitesizetheology.com/contact.
We would love you, Cody, though.
We do love you.
We don't stop writing.
We would not have nearly as many questions if it weren't for you. So thank you for writing in. Everyone else, please do so as well. All right. So we have a question from Cody. And I should also get the response from our marketing person, Cooper, because this involves him in some way. Okay.
Oh, can I read Cooper's response?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, please do.
I would also like to take this time to shout out Cooper, because Cooper does the most work for the less amount of recognition and zero money.
Yes.
But he's the man. So shout out Cooper Clark.
That's right. We all work for zero money, but he probably does the most work for zero money. So we really appreciate him. In what world, this is Cody, in what world do you give Dead Poets Society a 4 out of 4! ! Exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. You get the idea. Please understand. By giving it this score, you have said that this is actually a perfect movie. 4 out of 4 is 100%. You literally cannot exceed 100%.
Pause. Cody understands ratings. I just want to point that out. Everybody else is wrong. Cody understands ratings.
I think that's fair. This means by mathematical truth, no movie can surpass Dead Poets Society. If you're all confused, this is actually in reference to our website blog, where Cooper has written a movie review for Dead Poets Society. So please check us out on our website. There's another plug for you. This episode is just full of plugs. Anyways, I listened to the Oktoberfest episode, so I know you guys, mostly Sage, have great taste in movies.
Thank you, Cody.
Debatable. I'm not saying Dead Poets Society is a bad movie, but 4 out of 4, get real. Lastly, you even said in the review that the movie isn't perfect. By de facto, this means that the movie cannot achieve a score of 4 out of 4. Please issue an apology for false reporting. Also, consider changing from a question mark out of 4 scale to a question mark out of 100 scale. That's Cody's email.
All right, Sage, read Cooper's response.
Okay. Dead Poets Society is a 4 out of 4 movie review that takes into account how close a movie's alignment is to a biblical worldview. That's what makes it a 4 out of 4. In, quote, pure cinema, which is what I think he's referring to, it's most definitely a 3 out of 4. So maybe I'll give a, quote, pure cinema score for all the cinephiles out there. But do note that a movie having a relatively Christian worldview, while also maintaining a high, quote, pure cinema score, could put it above a normal, quote, pure cinema score ranking range. We're not IMDb here.
We're not IMDb here.
Yes. That's right. That's right.
We are Roger Ebert.
Solved.
We've done 300 of these.
Wow. Thank you all for listening to Email Land. I would strongly, strongly encourage you, if you have any questions about anything that we do, whether it's a more serious episode that we put out or whether it's a total nonsense episode like this, you have suggestions on stuff we could try, you have feedback, you have questions that you'd like us to answer on the podcast, you have the power to write in and have your question featured on this podcast. So please do. We would love to hear from you. And in as much as this is a dialogue, which it rarely ever is, please do write into us so we can make it that way as much as possible. Your questions are welcome here and all of that good stuff. So please write us at bitesizetheology.com/contact. Again, that is bitesizetheology.com/contact. Please write us. Without further ado, that's all I've got on the schedule today. Happy 300, everyone.
Happy 300.
300.
Happy tricentennial, everyone.
That sounds way fancier.
It is way fancier, and we're going to go with it. We'll tell Cooper to change all of our marketing materials.
After he's worked so hard to actually
That's right. If you could just,
change
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna make it to 600?
No doubt in my mind.
No doubt.
Well, let's look at the facts here, John. We made it to 300 doing what we just did. We can make it to 6.
No, but we weren't tired before.
We'll just be really tired at 6, and we'll stop at 6.
With the huge bags under our eyes.
Oh, man. That's right. 600 coming your way. Everyone mark your calendars for whenever that is.
We've done 300 of these.
Hey, how do I do the thing where I put a funny background behind me?
We're using Zoom in case you all are confused.
Yeah. This is not going to make any sense for the audio-only listeners, and I apologize for that.
I'd also like to point out to anybody who's maybe listening to this as our first episode, this is not usually how it is.
We probably should have specified that up front.
Yeah, stop listening by now.
Yeah,
100%.
Totally. That's right. Only the dedicated people are on still, and they're probably on the verge of shutting this whole thing down. And I don't blame you. All right, Sage. I've waited long enough.
Diligently looking for the.
He wants to put a background behind him, but we're gonna move on. Thank you, everyone out there, for making this possible. It actually is incredibly humbling to have been doing this for a long time, and appreciate you all and your support. And in the coming episodes and as we continue to do like extended editions and things like that, please write in, and we'll answer your questions. We want to keep this an open dialogue, and want to just want to thank you for your support over all these.
I have the Golden Great Gate Bridge on my chest.
How did you do it? I have to have one visual joke in here.
Oh,
it is.
Our audio listeners are like, I'm turning this off right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John is the Golden Great Bridge. If you want to see that, feel free to check us out on YouTube. Bite Size Theology. Thanks, everybody. I'm terrified by John's appearance, so I'm just going to call it. Thank you all for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode, which will be this coming Friday. Have fun out there.
Yeah, have fun.
We'll catch you on the next one.